Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Vampire Therapist, where we're gonna do 20 different voices just because we can. So, let's start new game. Vampire Therapist explores or touches on sensitive topics such as war, abuse, addiction, sexual oppression, suicidal ideation, religion, and of course, death. This may be uncomfortable or upsetting for some readers. We recommend that readers with a history of trauma related to any of these topics approach this game with caution. Well, so everything includes me here, okay. Naturally, a game about vampires will also involve blood and sexual themes. Strong language is also present. Vampire Therapist was developed in consultation with licensed therapists, but it should not be considered a substitute for therapy. Unless you are a vampire. My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man. Well, kinda dead, at least. Wow! Text! This involves skin-light talent, honey models for sport I wouldn't blame me on, but exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang, and let me tell you, a vampire is good with a gang can be real terror. I got lucky though. I met some kind models who saw beyond my fangs. They taught me my letters and showed me how to think I was keeping me from finding any gates. And after 100% of the America's majestic wilderness for the 9 or 90 years figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire, and I found revelation. What I realized was it ain't fangs that makes us monsters. It's self-defeating ways we think. Anywho, as well as getting some other male vampire gang tracked me down, then back in, I wanted to help him see the world like I did, but I still had the same mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw. But I got hurt with this newfangled internet thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find a way. A fellow named Andre Machers, he invited me to come to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has gotta have the answers. I'm going on a trip, I guess it feels like the opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been lucky and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters, so at least they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them. Well, thank you, text, for letting me read you that easily. Immernacht. We're in Leipzig, 2024. We're literally in Germany. Well, I think this is the address. Number 27. Klein Fledermausstraße. Huh. Sure is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here. Clubbing time. Wait a minute. Those folk are vampires. Better watch myself. Guten Abend, Volksbrücking. This is an attempt on German. It took me a while. Guten Abend, Volks. Sprechen Sie Englisch? Ja, hallo, Alter. Are you the party with us at the hottest club? Ask about the club. What's so special about this club? Immernacht is the greatest club aller Zeiten. The owner makes sure everyone has a good time. When acts without respect, abandon club forever. You're free to do and be whatever you like, as long as you're harming no one. And I hear that they're now attracting sexy old cowboys. Shh, Maxi, he's old enough to be your grandfather. Come on now, you're just flattering me. I'm only a couple of 100 years old. Oh my god. Why is she called? Why? I assume the woman is called Maxi. Oh my god, he's so cute, Reinhard. Can I keep him? Tell me here the party. I can cut loose. What kind of party is this? The kind where we dance all night and get sexy. Oh, yeah, them kind of vampires. So, there are better things to suck than blood, oder? But we have to get past the bounds of first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined. Just a sec. Something about what she just said. I can feel it. It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think. Let's see. One type of thinking I noticed I called hot branding. That's when you find ourselves with names we can't get rid of. There's high noon mind. That's when we treat the situation like it's a do or die showdown. Then there's saloon thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine. I can always check my journal if I need examples. Kept all those notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there. I think I know which of the funny ways they're thinking it for. Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun. I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday night. Collect the notes of Sam Walls. Private property. Do not read. Reward if found. Cowboybloodsucker at vmail.com. What a mail address. Found this old notebook and figured I'd take it with me to Europe. I figured it will help me organize my thoughts. I'll separate into sections so I can jump to them right away. That way when I need to get to a particular section of my notes, all I gotta do is hop over to that section. Easy as falling off a horse, and falling off a horse is real easy. Cognitive distortion. Funny ways we think. High noon mind. Sometimes things can seem black and white, win or lose, famine or feast, live or die, like everything's a big show. I can feel like we've got only two options, win in the day or end up with a stake in the heart. Alright, so I feel like that's high noon mind, we got just right here now. Saloon thinking, a lot of bloodsuckers have a habit either of feeling responsibility or soul control, of us feeling completely hopeless. Thing is, usually neither is true. Feeling hopeless don't mean we are powerless, and feeling untouchable don't mean we're invincible. It's alone thinking either way. And hot branding. Vampires sometimes call ourselves awful names. I'm a failure, I'm unlikable. It's like, but okay. So high noon mind. Amigos. You're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities. Reinhard, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks. You make us think that maybe it's better we haven't got into the club because we're now meeting you. Hey, meeting me makes your night better. I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromakas though. If to get past the bouncer, he decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night. Maybe I'll have a little word with him. What a handsome man. Excuse me, partner. I hear you're the man to talk around these parts. I'm here to see Andromakas. Have fun, mate. Hey, thanks, partner. Have yourself a fine night, you hear? Cowboy, what about us? Oh no, our first decision. Wow. I mean, sure, why not? Yeah, sure, they're friends of mine. Have fun, mate. Oh, come on, you two, we ain't got all night. Yeah. Getting awful loud in here. Come on, Lieber. Dance with us. You kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later. Damnation. I'd rather hear a guff about giving birth than this. I'd better talk to whoever was slinging drinks in this here saloon till I know where Andromachus is. Pardon me, ma'am. Oh, hello, lady. Well, look at you. We got a lot of 80s fashion in here. Not usually the 1880s. What can I get you, cowboy? Specials Red Bull and vodka. You down? I never drink Red Bull. I'm actually looking for the owner. You around tonight? Might be. What you say your name was? Sam Walls. Begging your pardon. Sam Walls, huh? That is this saloon thinking? I don't think I know anything about Sam Walls after all. Just a know-nothing bartender. What's those awful names? That was saloon thinking, right? It was hot branding. Never mind. Hot branding. From where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are. Don't you go worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. Was just testing to see if you are who you say you are. Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze. Thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. Met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club. You met some guffs, honey. They're here to dance and have fun. All these people are models? How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? I can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience. He's the only real vampire here. Well, him and Bert. Bert? You met him already, Bert. Shuffler, no, it's the dwarf guy, isn't it? This one's here to see the big guy. I'm upstairs, okay? Have fun, mate. He only says have fun, mate. Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for. Howdy. It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them emails. Yes. I know who you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our kin. The question is, are you first able to help yourself? Oh, I can help myself. Oh, I've been fixing myself for more than a century now. I don't think I need help. Then you must prepare to learn the most difficult lesson. We all need help, Samuel. I'm pleased that you have come to receive mine. Dang, you scared the heck out of me. You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless. Please, sit down. What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. Found your messages most intriguing. Wait, there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers. You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You're the first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing. Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. It's all that you're giving me the time of night. I have unlimited time, Samuel. I'm pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn. Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess. Sounds as though you've been handling your unlife better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature. Oh yeah, damn. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better. In a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think. Can you explain some of these patterns? I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but they ain't never gone well. I can try though. See? Tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. When we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something. And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense? Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that he had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions. Cognitive, who's he what now? Cognitive distortions. They're exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please tell me about the specific revelations you had. Explain hard branding. See, I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said I'm a murdering bastard. Once I got away, I realized the small-minded that was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers. Very astute, Samuels. I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling. You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill. For millennia I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin. But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had. See, whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements. I am so old. I am ancient. I guess he's labeling himself. Ah, come on, I know you've been kicking around a long time, but don't go labeling yourself as ancient. But according to definition, I am ancient. It is not a label, but a specific classification of my age. Well, I look pretty good for being ancient then. The secret is moisturizer, but let us continue. Fuck is vibrating? What the fuck is vibrating? Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner. How shall I describe myself? Ah yes, I am a mass murderer. Seems you have missed my labeling. That is the one. That's about as clear as a labeling as it gets. Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killer ain't doing us any favors. Excellent, Samuel. You are correct. Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself. Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing. So not how I would describe the same walls I see before me. Did you have more revelations to tell me about? It's plain saloon thinking. I realize that as vampires we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time. It's kinda like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless. Saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true. Fascinating observation, Samuel. The saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, twin axes of arrogance and self-pity. Man, you make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe we'll figure out this stuff out earlier. Live forever, my friend. There is no rush. What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Control fallacy. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy. Rarely do we have complete power over situations or no power at all, but we can create illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations. You're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang, and maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long. Yes. You see how cognitive distortion keeps us from facing reality, whatever the reality may be. Because I am so old and powerful that I am always in control. You're testing me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there. Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful. The cosmos hold no awareness of Andromache. Of course, as you expertly pointed out with an analogy with the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, control fallacy can be positive or negative. Listen to my next few statements and try to find the control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one. The sun will eventually burn out. We will roam a cold dead earth and there's little I can do about it. That is just true. My kitty cat died, I will be lonely forever. I'll never feel the warmth on my skin again. Is it actually a kitty cat? I'm sorry about your sweet kitty. You can always pick up a new one. There's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely. It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted. But I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified. He really is old, isn't he? I went into a murderous depression, nearly decimated the continent. But I powered to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home. Dang, don't let me get on your bad side. And now you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelation to tell me about? Display the high noon mind. Well, I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do or die absolutes. I know mind, I call it. Like that feeling I got right before a big shootout. I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. Engaged in Mortal Kombat long before the age of gunpowder. The sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marcus Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turns into our worst selves. I mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor? Of course. His name was Marcus. Marcus was bathroom name. You mean you and the emperor were? It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake. Feels like I'm reading like a smart novel or something. I love it. And yes, he is hot, I agree. Ah. My apologies. Someone forgot you were American. But let us discuss this unknown mind. Nosferatu thinking. We call it now. This. I believe we can broaden your definition. Modern psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking. But I like to call it Nosferatu thinking. Nosferatu thinking? It means you're thinking in black and white. Yeah, I get it. That's pretty funny. I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful. Not every high-noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct? Yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither. Perfect example, Samuel. Now try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it. If I do not drink blood, I will surely die. Well, I mean, he's probably right. Death eventually comes for us all, it's true. Mortals will always fear our kind. That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared. Very good, Samuel. Even if you hadn't to say mortals will always fear us, and any hope that they might not. Always is such a terminal word, is it not? Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me? I think that's all of them, or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me. And you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries. Ah, come on, you're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life. Are you now? Tell me, Samuel. What kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope? Well, I'm labeling myself. Yeah, I am doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh? As long as we retain any humanity, we'll have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves. As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges. One cannot drink blood from a straw man after all. Ha! I ain't never heard that one before, but I like it. It helps solidify the concept in your mind, and I am well satisfied. I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify. I will begin. If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night. It's not labeling, I know that much. What was control fallacy again? No, sometimes just black and white. Famine or feast, live or die. Control. Have a habit of feeling responsibilities and completely hopeless. Because usually neither is true. Feeling hopeless don't mean we're powerless. That's control for the world. Level 7 Dark Powers, Vampire shall dominate the model world. If models go so secret, it's not a responsibility to deal with it. Deal with the bureaucracy of it. Oh my god, I'm stuck in USA forever. What? I can get the bestseller, my butt's gonna break, ain't no doubt. Either I show up ready to win the rodeo, or I better just not show up. The fate of the night. Let's hang on this gunfight. And labeling. I missed that shot. I'm such a butterfinger squine over a horse. He's happy as hell. That fella doesn't like Ryan Lannis. So only a vampire wannabe. No. No, it's not labeled. Is it control fallacy? Nosferatu is just absolutely depressive thinking. Sometimes things seem black and white. Win or lose, win or feast, live or die. Like everything's a big showdown. You can bring the options. Win and day, and everything's stick in the heart. No, I think it's control fallacy, right? Invite all my vampire friends. I know I'm going to have to deal with Guan all over the place when they turn. There's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests. Or some newspaper. I express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained. Very good, Samuel. Let me try another. I am Andromachos, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean, the mortal Spain. That is labeling. That's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over. You're not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was more stifling. Let me try another then. If my club's revenue do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street. Well, that's not part of it. That there's gonna be Nosferatu thinking. There's a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street. Indeed, you are correct. I run my grill up at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway. Samuel, now I'm not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first. Anything. I'm here to learn. You must receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health. Oh, now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days. Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortion since the moment you walked in my office. I have? I didn't even notice. They're most insidious, but I'm here to help you identify and challenge them. You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you. Well, alright if you say so. I appreciate you taking the time to work on this old cowpoke. We have all the time in the world, Samuel, but for now, we must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance. Drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow. Okay then. Well, sir, it's been an honor. You don't have to call me sir, you know. Alright, then. Andromachos. 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 Ah, just call me Andy. Just call me Andy. Alright, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow then. Damn. Look at all the models sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty, but there ain't no power on this earth that will get me on the dance floor. Maybe we'll see if the bartender's got anything for me. If it isn't Clint Eastwood again. How'd it go, cowboy? Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I'd better get used to things around here. Good to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work. Seems you vampires have lots of problems to fix. Name's Crimson, by the way. Fine meaning, yeah, Crimson. How do you know so much about what Andy's doing? Pillow talk? I'm his blood partner. No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire? I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar, found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked, in a hot tub. Dang, must have been a sight. You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain. We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell, I'll date that gorgeous Dracula. But what are you talking to me, cowboy? Blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting. Ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink. Leonard, look. It's a sexy old guy again. You should buy us a drink, old guy. We'll probably get lucky. Actually, you will definitely get lucky. Blashes of the Flash ain't exactly what I'm after tonight. That's because you haven't experienced the splashes with us yet. Buy us a drink, and you will discover great satisfactions by uns. Ah. Alright. Tell them they're not your type, tell them alcohol is bad for them. Tell them you don't have the money. Tell them they can support themselves. No, definitely not the last one. They're fucking German goths. They have been drinking long. I mean, you are centuries old, but they've been drinking enough for centuries because they're German. Tell them they're not your type. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I guess I just tell them alcohol is bad for them. You will tell them you don't have the money. I'm just gonna tell them alcohol is bad for them. I ain't buying you a drink, this stuff's terrible for you. You're making a joke. We are at the bar. It's okay, he's just trying to be the detective, aren't you, Opa? And I think the drinks here ain't strong enough for you two. Look, kid, you seem like nice enough folks. I wasn't planning on buying drinks tonight. Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder. They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here. Dang, really? Ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch. Call it a drink exchange. So everyone here knows they might be sharing blood? Only as long as there's consent. We like to create a safe environment here. Damn, consent? The one thing, my biggest nightmare, my biggest weakness. What is this? Why don't you take Reinhard and Maxi here back to the kink room? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, He's like, wait a second, but I'm just like, I'm already like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, this game is perfect for me. This is naughty sunny, naughty sunny. So happy right now. Oh, wait, partner. Kink room? You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We're not afraid of sex here. I'm from Missouri, but point taken. Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in here. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you. Maxi, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers. Ach so, ein Vampir. I am thinking we are all getting lucky then. My leg throbs with anticipation. Dang. Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson. I knew a man who wore this much leather couldn't be boring. Yeah, well, you got me packed. Is that what we are doing now? Give me the document and I will sign myself up for it. I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into binding. Oh, your teeth look perfect. Are you going to bite me with those? That's the plan. Who's going first? Me. Well, step right on up. Remember, Sammy boy, just stick the tips of them fangs into the blue veins and we'll all have a nice time. Oh, Jesus Christ, I see. Ouch! Meine Arterien! Dang it, let me try it again. Oh my god. This is gonna be... This is gonna be difficult, isn't it? Oh, can I not move that thing? It mostly goes over the right. There's one blue on the left and one blue on the right. But it barely touches the blue on the right. Oh, das hat sich gut angefühlt. I hope that's a good thing. Is it my turn yet? Sure thing. Come on over. And now the lady. Well, that's... Am I biting the collar? What the frick is going on here? Shucks, I missed. It's a little dark in here. You need me to guide you, Honigmäulchen? Bro. Can't you take the dang collar off? No, I like it. Try again. Really? There we go. Oh, Reinhard, The hot old vampire wore me out. Me too, Maxi. Feel as though I've set up a mail server. Oh, Mike, why is it a mix out of German and English? I hate this so much. It's probably better, but goddamn. If the people who don't speak German here, it's probably better if you don't understand what I'm saying in German. Reinhard, mein Zuckerflederm. Ich bin so müde, um sexy zu sein. Oh my god. I will get us a taxi cab, Liebchen. Und du, Cowboy. Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned earlier. Ah, right. That thing. Now that I've had something to drink, Should probably get to my coffin. Samuel, wait a moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out? Yeah, I think I could use some shut eye. I locked up my coffin over the storage center. Storage center? Please, you can use my gas coffin. I insist. You must be well rested for the challenges ahead. Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? Should get a good day's sleep. Wonderful. Please follow me. Well dang, this is mighty plush. I guess it's one of them smart coffins. Smart coffins. Oh, that's new. Huh. Let's see what's on TV. Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation. Not sure I should stay up watching movies though. Welp, ain't much else to do in here. Think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all of this. Alright.